That was beautiful crunch. That is perfect. So we have a clear winner. Hi and welcome back to New Forest Feasts. Today we are tackling that picnic champion, the Scotch Egg. So forget your greasy deep fries or the cold fridge shop boats. We're going to go for that perfect jammy yolk finish and the golden crunchy crust, all in the air fryer. So for me, the foundation of any Scotch egg is that soft jammy yolk in the middle. So we're going to experiment today first with boiling that egg at different times. I'm going to start with 3 minutes, 4 minutes, 5 minutes and 6 minutes and see what the finished results are. But of course, we're not going to know what those are until we cut into that cooked Scotch egg. So let's cook. Okay, and the ingredients for this recipe is going to be the sausages. I've got plain sausages here. They're not seasoned to anything in particular. So I'm going to be adding salt and pepper, Worcestershire sauce, and some sage. But of course, if you're happy with the seasoning you have in your sausages, you can just leave it at that. We're then looking at the eggs. For the eagle-eyed, I do have 5 eggs here to make 4 Scotch eggs. These are going to be cooking, and that is going to be for the coating. So always add 1 more. Then we've got plain flour, and I've been very lazy, again to make things easier for everybody, but I've got breadcrumbs pre-made. Of course, you can use your stale bread and put them in a food processor. Okay, so that's the ingredients. Let's get the eggs in to boil. The water is at a boil now, and then I have 4 bowls over here. So when you get the eggs out of the boiling water, you're going to be then dunking them into cold water to stop that cooking process. And I have a bowl here for the 3-minute one, the 4-minute, 5 and 6 minute. But to make sure I get that temperature down as quickly as possible, I'm going to first of all dunk them into a very large bowl of cold water here. And more importantly, I've got a timer ready to go. So let's get it on a spoon and let's get them in. So it is worth noting that in the UK we don't need to refrigerate our eggs because we don't wash them when they come out to the chickens, so therefore they have a natural protection on them. However, I understand that some people in the UK do refrigerate them, or in the States you have to refrigerate them because you wash off that coating. So in that case, you're going to have to bring them out of the fridge and adjust them to room temperature. Hi. I'm a new channel looking for subscribers who love cooking. So if you find this helpful and enjoyable, hit that subscribe button and you get notified every time I drop a new video. Okay, so I'm getting ready to get the first one out. Into the cold water. So like I said, the cold water stops the cooking process as quickly as we're able to do so. If you want to speed it up more, you can put ice water into it, but that is straight at the tap cold. And water is an excellent way to absorb heat from anything. So now at 3.5 minutes, I'm going to pull this one out and pop it into the 3. And I change this water for fresh cold water. Ready for the next one. Okay, next one out. Perfect. So the first part of the experiment is all done. We have 4 bowls there, all marked up. I'm going to leave them there to cool down. And now we're going to get working on the sausage mix. So back to the chopping board. So we don't need these just yet. But we're going to need a nice bowl and get these sausages out the skins. So there's two ways to do this. Either just put a knife straight down the middle and then peel off the sausage casing, just like that. Or if the sausage plays ball, you can just squeeze it out. Now see, the sausage casing on this one has broke. Some are stronger than others. We're now going to add the seasoning. So add some salt, some black pepper, a splash of Worcestershire sauce, and about a teaspoon of sage. Okay, with some slightly damp hands, just give them a bit of a mix. Okay, perfect. We're now looking to divide this equally into 4. There we are, I think that's about it. So next up, with my patty maker, just push them down, and then we're going to wrap the eggs into them. So first we have the 3-minute egg. Well, I can tell from the get-go that this one's not going to work. It's actually still, the yolk is still running in there. So I'm not even going to attempt that one. So 3 minutes is out. Next up, we've got the 4-minute. So I can feel the inside of this is still very, very runny. But of course they are going to be air fried for a bit longer, so who knows, this one might come up absolutely perfect, but it does take delicate hands right now, which I don't necessarily have. Yeah, I'm really fighting this one. As you can see, the yolk is trying its best just to fall out, but I shall persevere to see what the results are. Right, well, the results of that is I would classify as a mess. The shell is just not giving up. But of course, with eggs that are cooked more, of course, you can be more firm with them and easily break it off. Okay, so that one, you know, I might try it actually, because I can close it up. There are bits of egg there, which came away. Right, I'm gonna get this straight into the sausage meat. Okay, so that was by far the hardest Scotch egg I've ever made. So we have number 5. So this one's peeling much better. That membrane under the shell is coming away. Whereas the last 2, that was not the case. Okay, so we have that coated. And last of all, we have our 6-minute cook. Perfect, and that's what I usually expect from an egg. It peels rather nicely. So let's get it into the meat. There we go. So that one is binded onto the egg really well. I'm happy with that. Place that into the 6 bowl. So next we get a little factory line going. We've got our breadcrumbs and flour. So we get about 2 tablespoons of flour and the breadcrumbs, and then 1 beaten egg. So first we got the 4-minute. So carefully pull this one out because it's still a bit fragile. So into the flour. Okay, let's get the process ready for number 5. Okay, so that's the last one done. And that's the number 6. So for that extra crunch, I do like to double dip. So I'm going to go again for this. Okay, so here we have the results so far. 4 is looking a little bit slumpy, kind of indicates what's going on inside that one. Then we got the 5, and then we got the 6. These two are still holding their shape. Got high hopes for number 5. Let's get them in the air fryer. In the air fryer, we've got the 4, 5, and 6. Give them a light spray. Okay, and they're going to be going in for 14 minutes at 180. And I'll check on them halfway. So we're halfway, so I'm going to rotate these. Now number 4 has split already, I can see that. So be careful. Number 5 is good. And number 6 is good. Give another light spray. Back in. And here they are, golden brown and crisp. Can leave them rest for 5 minutes. But let's not forget about number 3. Never quite made it. So let's slice into the 4-minute one. Oh, listen to that crispiness. And the yolk is still very jammy, but I would say some of that white is not cooked. You can just about catch it there. So I say no to that one. So let's cut into the 5-minute. Oh yes, look at that. Brilliant. So the yolk is still very runny, and also the white is still a bit too runny for me. But that was nearly there. Okay, so this is the 6-minute boil before going into the air fryer. That was beautiful crunch. That is perfect. So we have a clear winner. 6 minutes. Okay, so there we have it. The results are in. So we had 4 different types. Number 3 didn't even make it out of the peeling process. Number 4, unfortunately, the whites were a bit too runny. Likewise with the 5, although the yolk was looking really good, it's one section I think it was the whites were runny. Number 6 just was perfect all over. So 6-minute pre-boil and then into the air fryer for around 12 to 14 minutes, depending on your air fryer. And we're looking at 180 degrees. So let's give it a taste. Yeah, it looks amazing, absolutely amazing. I'd be so happy to have this on a picnic. Yeah, those sage flavors coming through with the egg and the meat, absolutely delicious. And there's one hell of a crunch. Love it. Right, I'll see you next week.